Good morning, students. In the process of the uploading of video lectures for your academic purpose and for effective presentation purpose, for the BCom first semester business organization subject, we are in the unit 3, that is the organizing. Till date, we have covered some important fundamental concepts of organization and organization structure. Apart from that, we have covered formal organization and informal organization. Now, we'll go for the learning of the different forms of organization structures generally which are followed or practiced by the organizations across the globe. Basing upon the requirement of the management, the vicinity requirement on the part of the activities and actions on the part of the organization towards the management and to the public as a whole or to the stakeholders. In order to cover the nature and scope of the business organization structures have been practiced in different forms and different manners. We will try to learn some of the important forms of organization structures today in this class to a major extent. If you go through, there are different forms of the organizational structures. Keep in mind, all these are formal organizational structures only, not informal. Right? Formal in the sense official. Right? Now let us go for one by one all these things. First, as a overall, there are line and staff form of organization structure, departmentation form of organization structure, project form of organization structure, and the matrix form of organization structure. Matrix form of organization structure. The line and staff form is a combination of both line and staff. In the case of the departmentation formation, we have sub-categories: functional departmentation, product departmentation, customer departmentation, and geographical departmentation and process departmentation. By virtue of these nomenclatures, the organization structure is going to be defined under the departmentation form. The third one is the project form of organization structure, and the fourth one is matrix form of organization structure, what we have in your syllabus. Now let's go for the first one, which is the most important, most commonly practiced and widely accepted and truly in the formal nature of organization structure, that is what? The line and staff form of organization structure. In this type of organization structure, the line authority flows from top to the bottom, as well as the staff authority is an assisting element to the line authority. This is a combination of both the line as well as the staff. Both are being existing in the same structure. Here, the line will have their authority, will have their emphasis, will have an influence on the staff of the organization, and the line people are supposed to get the things done through the staff. So, what is a line here is, the line maintains the discipline and the stability, and the staff provides expert advice and support to the line for executing their functions in a well-structured manner. The line gets out the production, the staff carries the research as well as planning, scheduling and all other official and administrative activities that will come under the staff. So the line and staff combination do we observe in everywhere of any organization. There is a combination of both line and staff functional authorities. So both in putting together is called as the line and staff function. The staff can be further categorized under three categories. The staff will be further categorized under three categories. What are those? What are those? Number one is personal staff. Personal staff. The second one is specialized staff. And the third one is general staff. These are the three categories which we can go for a formal division as per the nature of work and responsibility is concerned. So the line do have their authority as well as responsibility, and the staff do also have their authority and responsibility, but in order to support the things and the managerial requirements from the line, the staff is the supporting one, right? Now if you observe under the staff, personal staff, you might have heard about a word personal assistant, assistant to manager, secretary, chief secretary, supporting secretary. All these are whom? They are a part and parcel of the personal staff. The PA to the manager, the PA to the vice president, the PA to the CEO, right? The special operating staff with reference to the connectivity of a line person. Now coming to the specialized staff, these have expertise knowledge in the area, like in the research and development, right? As well as the specialized areas like accounting, product development, research, they are all coming under the specialized staff. Now under general staff, you might have known all the categories of people do come under clerics, clerical staff, cashier, administrative section officers, administrative staff, the lower level cadre of the staff, they are all coming under the general staff. Putting together, we have the line and staff format for organization. So where the staff is starting, from that point onwards up to the bottom, we have the staff function. From more of it, we will have the line function. Putting together, we have the line and staff functional structure. I will design for you a structure of line and staff. Right? President or CEO or MD. Under that, vice president, vice president, vice president, vice president. Under that, general manager, general manager, general manager, general manager. Under that, assistant to general manager, assistant to general manager, assistant to general manager, assistant to general manager. Under that we have regional manager, regional manager, regional manager, regional manager. Under that we have branch manager, branch manager, branch manager, and branch. So to this extent, we have the line functioning authority, where the authority flows from top to bottom, having a responsibility also. From here onwards, the staff function comes in. From here onwards, the staff function comes in. So both the line and staff, putting in a combination, we will have this line and staff function structure. So what is this first feature? What we can understand here is the authority is flowing from top to bottom. The staff is supporting element of the line function, and the planning and advice are supposed to be provided by the staff as a support to the line function for carrying their organizational requirements. Here there is an advantage, that is what? There is experience as well as expertise and skills. Combination of Experience, expertise and skills are visible throughout the line and staff organizational structure, right? Sometimes there are some demerits to this particular line and staff function organization also. Sometimes the duties and responsibilities of the staff are not being met properly because they are having a dilemma, or sometimes there is no proper organizational coordination and cooperation. In such a situation, the staff are not able to perform properly. Sometimes there is a overuse of power or excessive use of power that may lead to conflicting situations and disputes that may end into the collapse of the organizational structure. Apart from that, sometimes there is an authority or there is a responsibility but which is not properly used or fully used by the line authority. Due to the delayance, automatically the structure is in a big problem. Sometimes the line managers may be very much centric. They cannot delegate the authority and responsibility, or they cannot properly make the people understand why it is done. So in that way there is a clumsiness or there is a dilemma, automatically that lead to a confrontation between the line and the staff. So sometimes there is an informal relationship exists between the line and the staff areas in particular areas, automatically that will lead to the problems in the organizing of the line and staff functionary area. So these are some of the demerits of the line and staff functionary area. Otherwise, there are n number of what you can say positives are there, advantages are there, or the merits are there as far as the line and staff structure is concerned. Now let us go for the second one, that is departmentation. So what is departmentation? Departmentation refers to the process of grouping activities into departments. So there are total actions and activities of an organization have been divided and subdivided into departments and subdepartments and sub-subdepartments. In such a way, if an organizational structure is formulated, that will come under the departmentation. The departmentation is a process of grouping of work activities into departments, divisions and other homogeneous units. So why this is? Because it facilitates proper control. It should ensure proper coordination. It takes into account the consideration of the specialization of the people who are working for the different departments. And sometimes it should also be taken care that more for departmentation may not lead to more cost on the part of the maintenance of the organizational structure. Henceforth, the cost constraints and cost considerations should also be kept in view. I will give you one example, that is the functional departmentation. How the functional departmentation will be there. For example, there is a CEO. Under that, the business functionary areas have been divided under one, CEO or President. Vice President Finance, Vice President HR, Vice President Marketing and Vice President Production. By this, we will go for functional departmentation. Under each area, under each functionary area, there is a department. And such type of organization will be coming under the functional departmentation. The next one is product departmentation. We will go for product departmentation. So for example, there are certain companies where there are different product lines, or you can say a product mix operation is there in the department. For example, take the case of Tata company, or take the case of Wipro company, or take the case of Philips company. So in so many companies, they have a product mix. What is a product mix? Product mix is a combination of different product lines. Let us go for one company here, as in assuming that a company which is producing so many types of products. For example, take the case of Take the case of any two-wheeler company or four-wheeler company or an automobile company or anything. Let us go for some example here. One company is producing so many other types of products within its product line range. Henceforth, let us go President, CEO, under that Vice President, Home Care Products. Vice President, Home Care Products. Vice President, Electronic Goods, Electrical and Electronic Goods. Vice President, Software Products. Vice President, Retail Products. Like that. For example, if the same company is also offering financial and companies also. Vice President, Finance and Non-Banking, Banking Finance and Non-Banking Finance Business. So like that, we have here the product-wise departmentation is concerned. Now let us go for the customer departmentation. How the customer departmentation is going to take place in the case of the departmental form of organization. The customer departmentation. Say, so for example, a company is having, for example, there is a bank. There is a bank. The bank is offering so many products or services under its one. For example, home loans. Home loans, right? Next, business loans, agricultural loans, student loans or scholarships, student loans, others. Like that, we have a combination of different customers, and based upon the customers, we will have this departmentation. Now let us go for the geographic departmentation. For example, as far as India is concerned, there is a company, there is a CEO, and the company is going to manage by its geographical nature. Vice President, South India. President is for the whole country. Vice President, South India. Vice President, North India. Vice President, Central India. Vice President, Eastern India. And Vice President, Western India. Like that, the company is going to make its departmentation basing upon the geographic vicinity and geographic coverage are carrying out of their business activities as a country as a whole. That will come under the geographic departmentation. Now let us go for the process type of departmentation. For example, there is a sugarcane company. In the case of the sugarcane company, there is a president or CEO for the company is concerned. Now let us go for the bifurcation here as far as the process is concerned. Process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4, process 5. In the case of a sugarcane company, the first one is the in charge will be under the president who is looking after sugarcane production or sugarcane purchasing or sugarcane stock. They directly deal with sugarcane. The company is sugar producing company, right? So the process 1, sugarcane. Process 2, operations. Start off the operations. Process 3, molasses. Process 4, sugar. And process 5, marketing. So basing upon the process, the first process to second process, second to third, third to fourth, and fourth to fifth. So basing upon that, there is a departmentation, and every department is going to look after that particular action and activity in coordination with the other departments. This is the way how we go for the use of or the application of the functional as well as production, product, customer, geographical and process oriented organizational structure. right? This is what we will go for today, and tomorrow we will go for learning of the things in a matrix form and a project form of business organization. Thank you very much.